Her tiny fingers tugged at my ear before I could react. The sharp snap was louder than the laughter that followed. Half an earring dangled from her hand, shining between her fingers. "Mom says these are cheap knockoffs," my niece said with a grin that cut deeper than she knew. Then she yanked the other one, and both pieces fell into my lap. The table erupted. My brother slammed his hand down, laughing so hard he wheezed. My sister-in-law smirked like she'd been waiting for the moment. Even my parents chuckled, as if embarrassing me had become a weekend tradition. I pressed a napkin to my stinging ear and forced a small smile. I didn't shout or argue. I just nodded, like they'd confirmed something I'd known all along. That night, I opened my bank account. One click, and the payment stopped. $900 a month, redirected back to me. Not paused. Canceled. For good. I remembered when my brother had called years ago, his voice breaking as he begged. "Emily's future depends on this," he'd said. "We can't afford the school, but if you could help, just until we get back on our feet." I agreed instantly. I'd always been the reliable one, the one who covered bills, dropped off groceries, paid off car loans, the rich aunt, the safety net, the backbone nobody ever saw or thanked. $900 a month, nearly $11,000 a year, 3 years straight, quietly given, no receipts, no praise. I thought I was buying respect. Turns out, I was funding the arrogance that laughed in my face. It wasn't the broken earrings that did it. It was the memory of whispers I'd overheard weeks before. I'd walked into the kitchen during another family dinner, unnoticed. My sister-in-law's voice was low but sharp. "She thinks she's classy with those pearls," she said. "Everyone knows she gets her stuff from discount stores, acting generous when she's just desperate to seem important." My motad there laughed softly. Not in defense, just amusement. No correction, no loyalty. I'd stood there, silent and invisible, each word cutting into me like glass. So when I saw my niece snap those earrings and parrot her mother's words, everything made sense. It wasn't just gossip. It was something they'd passed down like a family trait. Cruelty was being taught, encouraged, celebrated. I could have shouted, thrown the earrings at them, screamed about every sacrifice I'd made. But what would that have done? They would have called me dramatic, bitter, ungrateful. No, silence was better. Silence and patience. Let them keep climbing the rope I'd built for them. They'd never notice when I quietly let go. At lunch, I smiled and let them laugh. Let them think I was weak. They had no idea how much of their comfort came from my hands, and when those hands pulled away, the fall would be theirs. That same night, I opened the tuition portal. One click, autopay canceled. Seconds later, the confirmation email arrived. The next morning, I called the school's administrator, keeping my tone polite and steady. "Hi, this is Miss Richards. I'll no longer be covering tuition for Emily Richards. Please transfer responsibility to her parents." A brief pause, then a calm reply. "Of course, Miss Richards. We'll update the records immediately." Perfect. I wasn't done. I checked my reminders. Car insurance for my brother's used SUV, paid by me. Cancelled. The family phone plan, still under my name, terminated. Effective at the end of the billing cycle. 3 invisible threads, cut clean in 24 hours. By Thursday, my phone wouldn't stop buzzing. Calls, texts, group chat alerts one after another. First came confusion. "Hey, did the school make a mistake? They're saying we owe $900 this month. You set that up, right?" Then, irritation. "Why did the insurance company say our policy lapsed? This better not be your screw-up." Then panic. "Fix this now. Emily can't miss school, do you hear me?" And finally, rage. "You selfish witch. You think you can humiliate us like this after everything we've done for you? Everyone will know what you really are." I read every message. I didn't reply to a single one. By Saturday, they were pounding on my door. My brother's fist hit the wood like thunder. "Open up! You can't do this! Emily's future depends on you." I opened the door slowly, calm as still water. On the entry table sat a crystal dish holding the broken earrings. His eyes flicked to them, and I watched the color drain from his face. I tilted my head. "You said they were cheap knockoffs," I said softly. "If that's what you believe, then surely you wouldn't want me paying for your daughter's expensive education." His mouth opened but no sound came out. I stepped back, voice even. This is what happens when you bite the hand that feeds you. You don't get fed anymore. Then I closed the door. The silence that followed was heavier than all their shouting combined. I sat down on my couch, and for the first time in years, I felt the weight of resentment lift off me like peeling old paint. My money was mine again, my generosity, mine to give, not theirs to expect. My silence had become my power.